Dead bodies stopped bothering me after a few. Now they're just nameless corpses. A week ago, my crew got called for a welfare check. A neighbor hadn't been seen in days. As I forced open the front door, I ignored the first clue. The welcome mat read, "May all those who enter as guests leave as friends." But the jagged symbols carved into the doorframe screamed to stay out. I entered anyway, the door cracking open. My flashlight cut through the darkness, revealing animal bones strung from the ceiling. Carcasses were nailed to the walls, forming triangles. What in the hell? I turned to my crew. Andrew poked his head in. "Nope, this is some Blair Witch shit. Just a bad decorator," I said, stepping inside. The stench of death hit me hard. "Hey LT, possible DOA," I called out, boots sticking to something gross. I hoped someone might respond. As I moved deeper, I noticed crimson symbols splattered on the walls. In the kitchen, I pulled down a barrier of bone chimes. That's when I saw her, an elderly woman sprawled on the table, butcher knives pinning her down. Her skin was etched with symbols, flesh decomposing everywhere but the etchings. Her mouth was stuffed with charred animal bones. "Damn, Granny, you're one kinky bitch," I muttered. I didn't know I had crossed a line. The police arrived, and we were sent back to the station. An old superstition lingered in my mind. Wipe your feet at the doormat, or something will follow you back. I should have listened. Back at the firehouse, things went wrong. While brushing my teeth, I saw those red glyphs on the wall behind me. I turned back, and the wall was bare. Then, the mirror shattered. "Motherfucker. You all right?" Allison called from the hallway. "Yeah, just the mirror," I replied, sweeping up the shards. One shard caught my eye. I leaned closer. It was the dead granny pinned to the table. I turned it away. But she was still there. Then her head jerked towards me. With a soundless slice, she freed herself and slithered off the table. I dropped the shard, shattering it on the floor. Her eyes tracked me as I pressed against the wall. I ran to the kitchen, rinsing my hand. I bandaged my palm, but her face haunted me. Lying in bed, I heard a wet slap against the window. A choked voice whispered, "Found you." I wanted to run, but I was frozen. The bunkroom door creaked open, and the stench of death filled the air. Tears streamed down my face. As footsteps approached, I muttered help, just as Granny leaned over me. Her toothless smile offered no comfort as she drove a blade through my hand. I screamed, waking everyone. "Eric, what the hell?" Allison rushed to my side. "Calm down," she said. "You had a nightmare." Everyone returned to bed, but I couldn't move. That was a week ago. I haven't been back to work since. Nothing strange has happened at home, but my hand hasn't healed. I'm due back tomorrow, and I'm terrified. Please help me. Would you have wiped your feet at the door? Share this with someone who always brushes off superstitions.